Well, hello, farming friends, and welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mistermoose. And we are back on Manchester with the Soul mod installed, and we are continuing our work here. Today it's early Friday morning, about 5:30-ish, and we are moving forward. I basically, where I last left off was late Wednesday afternoon. I did a little bit of work around here as far as making sure the mixing station was full and a few other things around here. Then brought us forward to Thursday. I did a couple of things on Thursday and then into Friday. So that's basically it. Not much has changed since the last time you guys were with me. I am going to automate this shovel today to move the silage that we have in the bunker over to the little storage bin right here. Go ahead and get that taken care of today, as well as we'll start cultivating fields and planting and all that good stuff. So let's get going. First thing I got to do is record a course for this guy. And you guys have seen me do this a million times probably, but just in case somebody new just joining us, I thought I would do it because I do have some new folks that are watching. So we're going to put a waypoint here at the beginning of the bunker that signifies and tells the loader where it's going to actually start doing its loader work. And I'm just going to drive through the bunker to the end of it. When I get to the back side of it, I'm going to go ahead and put another waypoint, and I'm going to tell it to back up. And then we are going to back up. Come on. Come on, back up. There we go. Now that it's backed up, make our turn, take it out of reverse, move forward, bring ourselves around to the bunker here. Oh, we're going to be storing. Come right up to the entrance of it, and we'll put another waypoint that tells it where to unload. Put myself back into reverse so I can back out. Nice gradual turn to back out. Take it out of reverse. And then I just want to bring myself back around here to the beginning and stop my course. And I can record this course and we can call it silage. And then I'll say, oops, K triggers that thing every time. But I'll call it bunker to storage, which I won't be able to write all that out. So I'll get no E on the end of it, but we'll save that. Alright, I can get rid of that out of the way. The only other thing I had to do is assign my shovel, which I've never done it for this one. So, pulling around like this, load position needs to be down here, just kind of parallel to the ground. Transport position, I want to roll it up a little bit and keep it low to the ground. Pre-unload, I want to bring it up a little bit, maybe like so. Oops. Unload position, roll that out like so it unloads. And then I had to reset my transport position because I screwed that up. Alright, that's a good transport position. Alright, so that is done. Now I just have to go into here and say drive course. And it will go around here. When it gets to the beginning of the bunker where the P is, it will signify that that's the start. It will put it into the load position. There we go. Come in, load up. Once it gets a full bucket, it will trigger the reverse. Back out. Make its turn. Switch back into forward. It will drive over to that bunker. Switch to the pre-unload position. And then it will get to the P and unload. There we go. Now it'll back out. Make its turn. And then it'll go back to the stop of the course and do it all over again until that bunker is empty. And that will free us up to go do something else. Nice. Alright. Love it when it actually works. Alright, let's get this guy rolling. And we will head on over to our field. So we've let these fields sit for 2 days. There's probably going to be some weeds in them. And everything has changed as far as moisture values and things of that nature. So we will have to readjust some plans. But you may remember I put I put some lime into this field, so now I have a nice high pH level. That's all going to adjust as we put fertilizer and weed preventative into this. But our moisture content's 47% or 43%. We have 7%, 7 nitrogen in the field and 4 pK. This field is actually where we want it to be at the end. Well, it's a little bit high on the nitrogen. We're going to use 4 nitrogen during the growth stage of this. Oh, that's 8. So as far as fertilizer that we want to put into this, it's going to use 2 pK and it's going to use 4 N. Really all we can do is just put some NPK on this field, I think, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I'll do is park this guy. I don't really need him right now. And we'll go get some NPK. We'll spray the field, then cultivate. Then put our weed preventative down. And then we'll come back and seed it. Try to get all that done. Alright, so I need to switch this over to NPK. We'll head over to the field. So the other thing I've got going on, you may see the little yellow trailer flashing down in the mini map. I do have a high demand for manure today, so at some point I've got about 1 trailer load of manure. I do need to head over to the garden center and dump that off. That'll give us about $100,000. Alright, get my GPS mod turned on. Hello. Hit the right buttons here. Alright, and if we come up here, dial up field number 4, recall that. We should have our course right in front of us. And we're able just to go ahead and start spraying. So the NPK gives us 3 nitrogen and 1 pK. So that should be okay. We will use 4 during the growth stages and 2 pK. So hopefully we'll be close. And the cultivating will kill all these weeds. that we have. So that'll be good for us. So I think actually what I will do is spray, cultivate, put some water on the field, and then seed it. And then just leave it from there. That should work for us. Then we can come back on the next day and put our weed preventative down. And that'll give us our 3 days of weed preventative that will need to get us through to the end. And the cultivating of weeds will automatically get those out of there anyway. Yay, I missed that tree. Alright. Anyways. So I've been a little slack on videos the last couple of days. I've been in that stupid closed beta testing for Fishing Planet, so I've been trying to take care of that, and because of the way they're doing the CBT on it, you're starting over from scratch again and have to level up. So in order to really test a lot of it out, you basically have to re-level again, which kind of stinks, because you're starting over from scratch and testing out their balance and their and the physics that they've changed on the game. There's nothing really more that they've changed other than they've tried to balance the game a little bit better, and they did work a little bit on some physics and some fish fights, but that's about it. I'm gonna refrain from saying anything else. But it'll be interesting. That's supposed to go on for another 3-4 days. But I'm just not gonna kill myself on that thing. So I'll try to get back to maintaining farm sim. Should be where my main attention is right now anyways. So the winners for the mod contest were announced the other day. I don't know if y'all saw them. Surprise, BM Modding won first place and third place. Which I don't quite understand that. Seeing as the rules specifically said you could only enter in one category, or you could only enter one mod. But and we all know the same people worked on that. The same people worked on the teeter that worked on the bale wrapper. They just entered it as a different name. They entered as individuals collaborating on a mod for the baler, and then they entered the tedder as being modding. I don't really agree with that, but Giants let it go, so it is what it is. But I think they deserved a win for the Baylor because I think it was probably the best mod out there. Though there were a lot of creative mods that didn't necessarily... There are some people who thought outside the box. I like that, you know. They didn't necessarily do the standard thing as far as, well, we made a mod that everybody thinks about, you know. I like the fact that some people went outside the box with things like the real terrain mod, the banker mod was an interesting idea, though I'm not a big fan of that idea, what they were doing with it, as far as I wouldn't put it in my game where I got to pay taxes at the end of my day. That's not necessarily something I want to do in this game. Pay taxes enough in real life. And I thought it was a neat idea they had put in there. But we still have to go through some of those mods, and we'll get to them. It's one of those things where I gotta find the time to get the rest of them done. I'm doing good to find the time right now to get just the regular videos out. Though in all honesty, I get more views on the mod reviews than I do on the actual gameplay of the game. So if I were a smart man, I would I'd ditch all this gameplay videos and just do mod reviews. If I was strictly looking for views and all that. But nah, I like the gameplay. That's where it's at for me. I do the mod reviews as you know, as a little bonus stuff. It is a good way for me to get exposure for the channel and to continue to grow the audience for when we do the gameplay stuff. So, and I like showcasing the mods that are worth showcasing, and I would be more brutal on other ones, but I don't necessarily like that because I don't do mods myself, and I respect how much time goes into it to do them. So I try not to be overly brutal on them. Some of you guys will say that I'm just completely an ass to people, but I'm really not. You know, contest mod reviews are completely different to me than a regular mod review. Like, I would have never done a mod review on some of the maps that I looked at for the contest, simply because they wouldn't have been worth my time to do. Whereas they were in the contest and I did them, and it was luck of the draw on one of those maps. I just happened to grab it and think, well, this will be an easy one to do. There's no mods to it. I loaded it up and I started doing it and thought, oh my god, you know. And unfortunate for him that was the situation. But had I downloaded that mod off of mod hosters to look at, to do a mod review on and a map tour, I'd have never done it. I'd have just thrown it away and said, I'm done. But it was part of the contest mods, and that was the reason why I did the review on it. And that's it. When I do my regular reviews, for the most part, I don't I don't review them unless they're worth my time. So if I look at a map and think, oh, maybe this map's worth playing, and I look at it and it turns out to be total rubbish, y'all will never know about it because I never do those mod reviews. Like I said, the ones that I do on the, and then I tend to get the rest of the mods that are in the contest done. And there's just no urgency to do them because the contest is already over. But those unfortunate few that got reviewed that weren't really up to my standards, I told you what I thought about them, and got a lot of hate mail on it. Definitely got my share of hate mail on those. Telling me how much of an asshole I was. But that's okay. And might have lost a subscriber or two on that, but that's fine. I was honest. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Well, at the end of the day, that's all that matters to me. Field number 4. Oh, my thing's not even right here. This should be 24 meters, right? Or 23 and a half. Let's go 23 meters. And this should be in the field 4. So I'm in the northeast corner, headed south. One headland. There we go. And then the offset on this should be to the right. A full 5.8 meters, I think is what I was doing. Yeah, 5.8 meters to the right will work. Again, because I'm cutting a full meter off of the field, or off of the plow, or a half a meter off of each one of them by taking the combined value down to 23. So I can set this guy over here. Let me go get the other one real quick, and we'll be able to start them up. I think that's it right there. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Where is this thing? That's not it. That's it. Yeah, I think the only real mod review that I've been completely an ass on is that manhole cover. And I did that in a tongue-in-cheek, kind of sarcastic way. But that was a complete, utter waste of time. Waste your modding skills on doing a manhole cover for the game. Come on. Oh, you know what would be brilliant? What a great mod that would be useful to everybody in the farming community. A placeable manhole cover. Yeah, I need one of those. Alright, set this one up too. Now that I said that, somebody who is his friend is going to email me and go, "You don't need to be an ass about that. That's actually a pretty useful mod for something. I use that all the time. It adds a bit of realism when you put a culvert in the middle of your field." Okay. Knock yourself out. And let's see, this one's on the left-hand side, so 5.8 meters on the left. And look at there. I think we are ready to roll. I'll switch that one in, and I'll go jump into this one, and we will drop down that thing, get over here, activate our four-wheel drive, and then we will come on and drive course. Whoops, that ain't good. Guess I do need to see the rest of this course so I can see what I'm doing. Ding! Alright. Now I can go ahead and drive course, and it'll move just over to where it needs to be, and up the road it goes. Nice. Get my legs taken off. Alrighty. Drop that down. Goodbye, Mr. Weeds. Get over on this side where we should be. Go ahead and hit drive course. And it should wrap on around and do its side of the course. Hey, look at there. We're working together. Getting it done. Sweet. Alright, we can find something else to go do now. Let's grab this guy. And head over here and grab... Oops, going to the wrong place. Forget I moved everything. Alright, back here we go. We're going to grab this trailer and go ahead and get it set up for manure. And we'll drive on over here. Out of that guy's way. It'd be nice if you could just put the trailer right here underneath that conveyor and have it just kick the manure straight into the trailer. I tried that and it doesn't work. It just comes out and goes straight to the ground and eventually lifts the trailer up in the air. So failure there. That would be cool though. So the rainfall of manure is actually just for decoration. Alright, I'm going to stop this guy. And we're going to run over here with this and fill up our trailer with manure. And then we'll set this guy back to automation. Get this trailer filled up real quick. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good weekend. We'll get back into the farm thing all week this week. We were doing good last week until I got that email. Well, until I got text messaged and said, you need to get over here real quick. We're going to be doing this. And I got tied up in that beta test. And we'll get back into it. Find the balance again. Originally, they told me we were only going to have 3 days to test that thing. And so I thought, well, I need to devote as much time as I can to this to find in where little problems were and balance issues with it. And then it comes back and says, oh, well, actually, we're going to give you guys a week to test it. It's like, well, that's completely different then. I don't have to spend nearly as much time in here. And the problem is I see a lot of people are playing, a lot of people that are in beta testing for it are playing the game and not testing it. And not really working to find bugs and find out how to resolve the bug. So I'm spending more time just actually trying to figure issues out in it than playing the game. So, which makes your leveling go much slower. They plan on putting that out like next week, I guess, middle of next week or towards the end of next week. And I gotta say, I think there are going to be some people not really as happy with it as they think they're going to be, unless some changes are made. They talk about how it's going to be a big, huge patch and fix a lot of issues, and reading the post that they put out to everybody in the community, I think a lot of people, reading what people in the community are saying, they expect this patch to be really a game-changing experience, and it's just not that. I think there are going to be a lot of disappointed people. So, anyways, but I've only got a couple more days of that to go, and then I'll be done with it. Alright, so that's our manure loaded up. Does that give us 38,000? That's about what I expected. There we go. Alright, drive course. And we'll go haul that manure off real quick. Let's make sure our plows are playing nicely with each other, not bumping into one another. Looks like they're just about in sync. The other one's making its turn down there. Very nice. You got to give them just enough spacing so they don't run into each other. And then you're in good shape. Cool. Alright, let's grab this other guy then, and we will take him and head over to the garden center and get a little bit of money for him. Which will be good for us, because we are getting ready to spend a lot of money doing plantings and fertilizings and herbicide and all that good stuff. And if you didn't catch the live stream and you didn't watch the live stream, I did go ahead and buy field 20 for like $700. I mean, it is, whoever it was that sent me the note that said buy field 20, it's a heck of a value Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. That's ridiculous. Definitely a mess of a keystroke somewhere on that one. Either that or it's swampland and it floods out a lot and you just ruins all your crops. So we'll be planting it this time as well. Speaking of the live streams, so I went back and I watched the live stream from the other night. Now I've been sending the signal at 2500K per second, which is very clear when you actually watch the live stream. It's nice and clear and it looks good. But the recording afterwards, not so much. And so now Landy's been pushing his at 3500, I think, maybe 3K. I think he's been pushing a 3K stream. And his looks really clear as well when you watch it, but when you go back and look at the recording, not so much. And what I think it is I think it's farm sim. The amount of chopped straw and stuff that is in look, my tractor's like that little hula dancer thing again. So funny. I just think OBS encoding to 4 megabit or 4 MP4 while trying to stream and do all that other stuff. I just don't think it's able to render all the detail in the field as far as the chopped straw and the things like that. If you look at the video when I'm in the fields, it's horrible. It's all pixelated and looks like crap. When you look at the video where I'm in the field yard or in the farmyard, it doesn't look bad at all. The trailers look good. The rendering on the tractors and stuff look fine. I really think it's when it's trying to keep up with chopped straw and everything that's in the field that it just cannot render all that stuff in, and it can't encode it that well, trying to convert to MP4 on the fly. So the next stream I do, I will try to push it at 4K, which is that's a lot for me bandwidth wise, but we'll just see how it turns out as far as the detail. If it doesn't turn out any better, there's not much I can do about it. Somebody had said something about the quality of the playback sucked, and I understand it does. I mean, I know it's there. I'm trying to resolve it. Y'all have to bear with me on it. So anything that's done live, it looks really live. It looks really good live. The archives, not so much. And there's, like I said, there's not a whole lot I can do with that. Other games look great on the archive. If I do a fishing planet live stream and put that up there, it looks just fine. If you look at Landy's car mechanic stuff, it looks fine. But if you watch the live stream that he did with Two Rivers, when he's in the field harvesting, it looks like crap. So there's not a whole lot I can do with it when it comes down to that. He's got a really great video card as well, so it's not a video card issue or piece of equipment. It really has to do with the encoding software and how much it has to take care of. And that's, the videos that I put up on a daily basis, those are recorded with Fraps, high resolution, and then I take them into Adobe Premiere and finish them up. And so they look fantastic, and always will. So there's not the detail in those, like this video is going to be done that way. The detail in this one is fine and will look wonderful. Whereas the detail in that live stream is just not going to be there. So y'all have to bear with me on that one. Forgive me when I do the live streams. Whoa, hello. When I do the live streams, just expect the quality to be a little bit off, and keep in mind it is a live stream archive and not one of my regular videos that I do on a daily basis. I do want to do the live streams because I enjoy the interaction with you guys. I do enjoy that. And it's a lot of fun to actually be able to interact with you guys uh, instead of just talking blankly while I do my stuff. Alright, so this is field 7, and we are starting in the northwest corner this time. And we're headed east, and we're going to do one headland. Oops. One headland. There we go. And this tractor should be... This one's on the left, which hopefully that means the other one is on the right now. Come on. There we go. Let's stop this guy, drive him on around. And we'll get these guys cultivating the next field. And then we'll get our spraying done on this field. So this video and the next video basically are going to be planting, and we'll get all that done. Basically I'll get all the cultivating work done, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so field 7. This field, of course, now is user defined because I did shrink the field down quite a bit, so keep that in mind. Starting in the northwest, headed to the east. Go ahead and generate that course, and this guy should be on the right side now, so he is. So we'll pull him on around up here. Drop his little thing down. Pull him around. And there we go. Go ahead and get him plowing. Make sure he doesn't go too far. Yeah, that looks right. And we'll work our way back to the other tractor. Grab it and get it doing the same thing. Guess I should have undone that plow or cultivator while I was setting it all up. Alright, so we'll run it up here, tell it to drive the course. Make its turn, and off it goes. Nice. Alright, where were we at? We gotta pick up the sprayer now, which is full of NPK. I need to switch that to water. I messed that field up, didn't I? Oh well, they're already working, so let's go ahead and switch this over to water. Yeah, I'm gonna head out and spread. Yeah, I do a lot of things like I sit here and think to myself, well, I want to get all my spraying and my watering done before I do my planting. That way I'm not driving over the field and I'm not messing up. Well, let's be honest. It doesn't matter if I spray the fertilizer and the water before I get the seed in the ground. I mean, honestly, I'd rather in real life water the field after the seed is in the ground because that waters it in. I mean, if you guys have ever done any kind of planting, you know that. You set your seed and then you water it in to give it time to have hydration and everything else like that. The only reason I do it early in this game is just because the tram lines, but let's be honest, I'm going to come back tomorrow and put tram lines in when I spray fertilizer on it, so it really doesn't matter when I do it as long as I get it done. So that's that. 1 second, guys. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the water down now and get this all in the field. Sorry about that, a little fishtail in there. Sorry about clicking in and out of the headphones. I'll try to remember to edit that out. My dogs are just going crazy here, so I thought I would mute my mic so you guys didn't have to listen to them. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, that it's got the chick with the hurricane behind her. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like, is that supposed to be a really weird looking weather girl, or I don't know. One day I'll have to look at that in Ultra and see what it actually is. I'm always doing this map in medium just because it plays such havoc with my video card because of all the textures that are on this map. I don't know anybody who plays this in ultra or high and gets away with it. Doesn't have either tearing or frame rate issues. I have plenty of frames when I play it in high. What I don't have is consistency. I get a lot of tearing, and it'll sort of just hitch up every once in a while. I still keep my frame rate issue right, like I can get about 60 frames on it in high, but it just seems real sluggish sometimes gameplay wise. Seems like it really taxes everything, so I tend to just stay with it in medium, and that way I get a nice smooth gameplay. Foggy morning. Alrighty. So what we're going to end up doing on 4 and on 7 and 6, since I forgot to spray it, is man, I got so much stuff I got to do on that field where I keep messing up and forgetting. So we'll cultivate, we'll fertilize and seed, and then we'll water after we fertilize, and then at some point I've got to put a coat of liquid lime on that field for the pH. I guess I could run some lime up there. Actually, I could do lime and fertilizer before I seed, probably. Doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. I think the reason I was going to do the lime though versus liquid was I wasn't going to plow it in. I think that's the reason I was going to spray it later. I think that's what I had planned out. I need to start writing all this stuff down so I remember what I'm doing. So in the next video, we'll be seeding the fields, getting them in. We'll continue to cultivate and spray all that good stuff and get as many fields done as we can. But the way everything's going, we're on Friday, so that means we've got Friday, Saturday. It'll rain on Sunday, so we're going to have a day or two to recover from that increase of moisture, which was our whole game plan. For me planting on Friday versus on Thursday, or actually on Wednesday. I waited 2 days before planting so I can go ahead and adjust for that. And so I'm going to run the fields. We'll see what we got moisture wise, and we may have to run the field a little longer, or not put as much moisture on it to compensate for the rain, but at least having a day or two to adjust to it will help us out, instead of having it rain on the last day and then not being able to adjust. We'll see how it goes. We could end up with 4 really sloppy fields at the end of this. But since I haven't actually had one yet where it rained on me, I don't know what to expect. So this will be a learning experience this time. Alright, that one is ready to seed. Alrighty, let's see if we can clear up some of these tractors. Come on. Stop the driver on this one. Get rid of the course. And I can just leave him right here for now. Let's see, tab over to this guy. Stop him, clear out his course. Tab to this guy here. Stop him. Alright, so what I'll do, because this video is about an hour long now, so what I'll end up doing is I'll probably do a little bit off camera with these guys cultivating, getting the rest of the fields cultivated and ready. When we come back, we'll be seeding field 7, and we'll continue with just field prep for the rest of the fields. And in the next video, that's what we'll do, is we'll just get the rest of the fields ready and prepped, and then we'll move forward. So that's what we'll do in the next video. So anyway, sorry for the couple of days that I missed, and we'll get back at it and get the rest of these fields planted and ready to go, and we'll continue on with it this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, like it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And the channel just keeps on growing, and I appreciate everybody watching. It's crazy to me, and but glad you guys are enjoying it. I will see you guys tomorrow with another Farm Sim video. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye bye.